Hi everyone, it's Tiffany here to do my recap for the day. I traded CCL earlier this morning. This is probably my worst trade of the day. So CCL, I took it as a reversal. It did a bit of a triple bottom here on the 1 minute. Every time it came down to this 1610 level, which I have level marked from the daily, there was a bit of an increase in volume, and right after this third touch on the 1 minute, it was a really nice indecision candle. The 9 and the 20 started curling up, and it was looking like it was going to meet with the 50. In addition to that, on the 1 minute, it made new 5-minute highs, and ultimately it made a new 15-minute high, and that is when I went long. And my first partial was meant for this 9 moving average on the 5-minute, but it looked very strong going up through there, so I held off on taking my first partial, thinking that it would be able to make it to the VWAP before I took my first partial. And then it started pulling back. And so I decided when it started pulling back, I decided to go ahead and take my first partial. And then, of course, it came back and stopped me out at break even. I did not re-enter the trade. I just decided to move on. Then I took an Apple trade, another reversal. This was a head and shoulders on the 1 minute and the 5-minute. It made a new 15-minute high. It was making new 5-minute highs. As you can see up here on the 1 minute chart, the 9 and the 20 started curling up. 50 came down to meet it. So I was able to get a pretty good risk to reward out of this one. My stop loss was below the previous 5-minute candle low. And then, so my first profit was taken, my first partial was taken at the VWAP. Once again, like the CCL trade, I was going to take my first partial here at this 20 moving average on the 5-minute, but it just looked so strong and went straight up through that. And so I was able to wait to take my first partial at VWAP. Then I decided to partial pretty heavily when it made a new 5-minute low, coming back down through the VWAP. I did leave money on the table with this trade, as it made a new 15-minute low. With the previous candle was a shooting star, so I thought that maybe it was about to head down. So when it made a new 15-minute low, I exited the rest of my position. And then last but not least, I took a reversal, a short on NKLA. This also did head and shoulders on the 1 and the 5-minute. When it broke the neckline, I went short. It also made a new 5-minute low. And the previous 15-minute candle was a nice shooting star. I took my first partial at the 20 moving average on the 5-minute chart, or yes, 5-minute. And then I partialed very heavily at the VWAP. And then I went ahead and set a range order around 130 or so. If it went up through these moving averages, it was going to stop me out or cover the rest of my shares. And my final partial was at this level right here, which it did come down and filled my final partial order from my range order. So that was great. It's great not having to sit here and babysit, because chances are I probably would have gotten out before that. Anyhow, I hope you all had a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.